So we're, living in more and more technologically advanced environment where we, live in a sea of information. So it's not all about technology.
Yes.
So the value of teaching actually is diminishing very fast. Well, we're moving away from exams, but they shouldn't be worried because, we have an understanding that it takes time.
Welcome to Voomcast, the first student podcast. Today we are very delighted to have as guest Violina Ratcheva, and she is a lecturer in strategic management and international business management. She's a very dynamic lecturer and was highly requested by our students, so I'm very happy to welcome you today to our podcast.
Thank you for the kind words. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's an important time for higher education.
Yes.
Because the changes are tremendous in order to respond to the industry demands.
Yes, that's true. And I'd like to ask you, what is your experience in academia at universities? Could you tell us more about your path?
Yes, my bachelor's degree was from Bulgaria, from the Varna University of Economics.
Yes.
And I guess this is a family tradition because in my extended family, 3 generations went to this university and studied economics. A few years later, my life took an interesting and absolutely unexpected direction. And I had the opportunity to go to UK to continue my education, and I had various work experience and lived there for nearly 25 years.
Right.
So I've experienced both education systems.
Yeah. That's a wonderful comparison. It reminds me of my own as well. Could you tell us more about which was the first university you had the opportunity to study at in the UK?
Yes, this was Loughborough University, and I did my master's degree in international business.
Yes.
Studies. So this was my first experience, and it was a challenge because I was coming from a much more traditional education system.
Yeah.
When learning was accumulating of knowledge. So we were assessed based on how well we remember information. So knowledge information, there was considerable overlap. Yeah. And in UK, learning means, even at that time in the 90s, something very different, that you apply the knowledge, not so much memorize.
Right.
So it was challenging in the beginning, and it was a process of learning. But, there are a lot of international students, and, British universities are very accommodating for the differences and allow time to learn how to live in a different environment.
Yes, having the experience of both the Bulgarian academic system and the British one, can you compare from your bachelor's and master's degree any advantages or disadvantages that you find, or any interesting thoughts you have on the differences between the two systems?
Yes, the main one probably is that if education and learning focus on remembering, you just forget soon after that.
Right.
Okay, so, and this was, I think, the main difference. British universities develop thinking and critical thinking and problem solving.
Yes.
Rather than memorizing information. And I'm sure that the Bulgarian universities changed since then.
Yes.
But this was my experience. And this was also the time when, there were reasons why you had to memorize.
Yeah.
This was kind of the birth of the World Wide Web and Internet. So the information wasn't widely available.
Yes.
So we still needed to memorize concepts and theoretical approaches. There wasn't any other way to compensate.
Yes, but times has changed that
Absolutely.
greatly in the last, let's say, 20 years. What do you think now the students experience when they come to VOOM, as VOOM I think is a collection of all the experiences you had, because it's a Bulgarian university, Varna University of Management, but it also collaborates with Cardiff Metropolitan University, and students I believe get the dual experience. And how does that benefit them?
Well, I think we are very accommodating. And for me, this is a tremendously interesting environment.
Yeah.
Because now, on one of the modules, I have children from 10 different nationalities,
Yeah.
really coming from, Germany to the Philippines. And, for them it's interesting as well.
Yeah.
But also something which probably is an advantage even from British University, that it's a small one.
Yeah.
And we know personally our students. We understand their needs, and we can help individually, when they're struggling.
Yes.
British University, large universities, yes, international, and there is a well-developed education system, but because of the number of students, it's just impossible
Yeah.
that the teaching staff will be able to spend so much time with individual students.
Yes, that's true. I agree with that. And I think our students are very well accommodated. And we also have the personal tutor system, which is unique.
Yes,
And you are the director of the MBA program, is that correct?
yes.
And how is that different to the bachelor's degree?
Well, probably not that much different. It's well supervised, and it's similar procedures by Cardiff Metropolitan
Yes.
University. Probably there are slightly higher demands for our MBA students, and it's more intense program. But otherwise, probably it's not that much different.
I see. Can you run us through the most important parts of the MBA and why students should be interested in that program in particular, students who want to enroll?
A considerable number of chief executives of large companies are actually with MBA degrees. And
Yeah.
this is internationally a recognized degree if you want to grow in a business. You can start your own business, you benefit from the knowledge. This is like a PhD if you want to stay in academia. MBA is for people in businesses. And another advantage, and during the years I was here, we had students with various bachelor's degree in engineering, architecture. We even had medical doctors, dentists. And for them, this was combining previous knowledge and skills and work experience with the business knowledge.
I see. So it's a business program.
Yes.
Do people who want to take that program need to have their own business?
No, they don't need to have, but they need to have 5 years work experience.
Yes.
So they'll be able to kind of relate to the practical business problems.
Yes.
And we invite a lot of guest speakers from the industry, and it's more practical in nature than our bachelor's programs.
I see.
But we still take into consideration that our MBA students are coming from different educational backgrounds in terms of body of knowledge.
Yes.
And for a dentist to understand business, it's a difficult thing.
Yes, but they still need that understanding
Yes,
to run their own business.
yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. And as the industry is changing rapidly, especially with the development of artificial intelligence and many other factors, how do you think academia, universities are keeping their programs aligned to the industry needs?
Probably we're in the process of changes, but probably we have to change faster.
Yeah.
And I have here in front of me a report, which is the Future of Jobs report, which is produced by the World Economic Forum every year. And I look between 2015 and 2025. What are the top skills which are preferred by employers? And this is based on thousands of employers in 55 countries.
Yes.
So it's a very extensive and comprehensive study. And it's almost beyond recognition how what employers want, changed. In 2015, it was more traditional skills, which were task-based skills, like complex problem solving, coordinating with others, people management, critical thinking, and creativity was on the 10th place.
Right. Very far
So
away.
yes, and probably looking at the textbooks from that time, we'll see that creativity is mentioned here and there. Not a very important component of learning business and management.
Yeah, at the time.
At the time. But then, in 2020, the skills change and new emerge. So creativity is on the 3rd place.
Right.
So we're, living in more and more technologically advanced environment where we, live in a sea of information. But then, this does not substitute for creative thinking.
Yes.
And also new skills emerge like emotional intelligence, cognitive flexibility, which really something in addition when you teach business and management.
Yes.
And looking in 2025, the report which recently published, it starts with analytical thinking, which actually before that it was part of an overall framework of complex problem solving.
Yes.
And here is the first skill, which is the focal skill. But then after that, it comes, a number of soft skills.
Yes.
Which were considered as secondary in every strategic management textbook up to this point in the last chapters. And this is resilience, flexibility, agility, leadership, creative thinking, motivation and self-awareness, curiosity, lifelong learning.
Okay. So a lot of personal skills.
Yes, human-centered skills. So in a very short space of time, we moved from task-based skills to very human-centered skills.
Yeah.
And of course, the technical literacy is a very important component. But the rest are soft skills, which actually is very surprising. So it's not all about technology, but what we are going to do with the fact that we are far more informed, that artificial intelligence can provide, can analyze vast amount of data and provide approach to complex problem solving. But then how are we going to use these approaches to solve specific business problems?
Yes, that's a very important question.
Yes, I think that for this, soft type of skills, still the academia is catching up.
That's wonderful.
We need a very different classroom, which is a place for collaboration and co-creation and communication, where students can take responsibility to integrate their new knowledge with previous one.
Yes.
So the value of teaching actually is diminishing very fast.
And that's a change we all see at the moment. What practical assignments does our university, Varna University of Management, give to students that they wouldn't find elsewhere?
Well, we're moving away from exams.
Yes.
And this year I wouldn't have any exams on my modules. So we're moving in a direction of group presentations, individual projects, and it's about applying knowledge.
Yes, rather than standardized testing.
Absolutely.
I see. From your experience so far, what is your opinion on what skills do students usually lack when they come to academia? And what personal skills could they develop more to be better aligned with the industry?
Well, probably when they come and they're 18 years old, they lack critical thinking. But we accept this and accept that learning like a student take time.
Yes.
So it's an additional type of skill.
Yeah.
So, during year one, they're learning how to become students.
Yes.
And we guide them in this process. Probably discernment and critical thinking.
Yes.
So they're good in well, describing
Yes.
situation.
Yes, I find that as well. Yes.
Yes, but it's a process of learning.
But then, as you said, describing is not the same as analyzing.
No.
Yes, and this, as you mentioned, is the top skill that is currently
Yes.
needed. Do you think the development of artificial intelligence would influence the development of analytical thinking in people, or in what way would it influence the students?
Yes, I think that it will be very helpful because we can actually, have an approach to solving problems much faster,
Yeah.
based on vast amount of data. But some of the deficiencies of artificial intelligence are that it cannot be creative and doesn't have common sense.
Yes.
So we have this information and approach to problems, but then how to apply this in the specific business situation. And on my modules, international business management and strategic management, the assignment of the students are to analyze either the business strategy or some aspects of strategy and leadership of a specific company which operates in a specific context.
Yes, so then again, you link the industry and you work with a lot of businesses. You link the industry to academia. And what is the advantage of working with real businesses at university? Linking companies that you already know and have
Yes.
worked with.
Well, the first advantage is that I always have examples
Yes.
at my fingertips.
Yes.
So, which informs the development. I develop modules. So they don't come only from academic literature, textbooks, and academic journals, but they come from real life.
Right. So having all of your long experience, what advice would you give to students who are looking to apply for the MBA or at Varna University of Management in general, and thinking back at the struggles you had when you were a student? What advice would you give?
Well, in terms of advice, I think that it's a wonderful place, and I'm in a position to compare Varna University of Management with 5 British universities
Yeah.
where I either worked or studied, and here we simply have a time to focus and develop individual students, and guide them in a process of developing their skills.
Yes.
Which, and the small number of students, relatively small, is very helpful. So it's a very interesting place. But also, having students from so many nationalities, and from my experience in UK, when I did my master degree at Loughborough University, I know that after that I had friendships, people in every continent, which
Yes.
I still keep up with, these people and our lives and professional and in every other aspect, developing in a different way. This makes for a far more interesting life.
Yes. Networking is one of the new
Networking.
skills.
I mean, this will be, the business leaders, the political leaders, the entrepreneurs of the world will be living in different countries, continents.
Yes, that's wonderful. Networking is, again, one of the new skills that I think are actually not new but re-emerging
Yes.
in the field of business. And hopefully our students, they do get to have that experience at university before they go into the workforce in the business field. To sum up, finally, you've given us some good advice. What would you say to students who are looking now at the open days we have at the university and are wondering whether to come or not, or are a bit worried?
Well, I'm inviting them because this will be the place where we can answer all the questions. And so, if they worry about something, that they might not be able to cope, we'll be able to answer this. But they shouldn't be worried because we have an understanding that it takes time, and
Yes.
it is for most of them in a foreign language.
Yes, that's true. And they also get to meet all of the lecturers or
Yes.
some of the lecturers personally to see what kind of people they are, their approach. So I do urge you, if you are looking to come to our open days, we have a lot of them during the academic year. Please do that. You can find the information on the website.
Yeah.
Yes, on all of our social media. So make sure to follow us everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn as well. And I'm very happy that we had you today as guest. Thank you very much for your
Thank you.
contribution. And hopefully, if anybody applies to Varna University of Management, then you'd be able to meet Violina yourself.